it's Jenny with On Fire Fit, and welcome to On Fire Food. We are talking about what you are drinking and how it might be affecting you. Now, you may already know some of this, but I have found this to be a issue for a lot of people that are unaware. And I really think that if you give this a little bit of thought and perhaps make a few small changes, you could see some changes in your weight and your body. And I love to see people living a better life because they feel better. So I don't know if you have fallen into the trap of things like naked juice, but there is a lot of misleading information that is being promoted by different companies. Pepsi company is the one that has made naked juice. And the labels will tell you that there's no sugar added, and that is actually true. However, a lot of what is in that has contributed to a lot of problems that are still sugar related. One bottle of naked juice, on average, depending on which one you pick up, has about 53 grams of sugar. To put that into perspective, a 12-ounce Pepsi is about 41 grams of sugar. Now, both of them are bad. Both of them are not good for your body. However, the problem with naked juice is not only is there more sugar, but a lot of people think they're actually being healthy by drinking it, or they use it as a substitute for soda. And I would beg to differ. Now, without getting into a whole lot of science, the problem with drinking sugar in any form, even in the form of fruit juice, is that your body knows what to do with small amounts of fructose, okay? So fruit, when it breaks down in your body, will break down also, just like Pepsi or whatever, will break down into small amounts of fructose. The difference between fructose that comes in the form of an apple and fructose that comes in the form of naked juice or Pepsi or whatever is that in the situation with the fruit, you have fiber, which helps slow down the breaking down of the fruit itself, and you have a bunch of vitamins and stuff, and it's in a smaller amount. When you drink something like naked juice, and they'll promote it as, you know, you're getting 5 apples and 30 blueberries and 4 pomegranates and 5 oranges, and if you really think realistically about your ability to eat all of those pieces of fruit, you would get sick if you tried to eat that much, and you would be very excessively full. But by dumping all of that with stripping out all of the fiber and nutrients out of it, you are allowing your body to take in all of that sugar without the fiber, without the normal type of processing of vitamins, the way that God intended it to be, and you are dumping it all at once in an overwhelming amount into your body. And because of that, we're seeing an increase in a lot of different things, and I'm sure you're well aware of all of the problems with obesity and diabetes and heart disease. And I'm not saying it's all contributing to sugar, but it is a big factor. And it's even worse when food companies are making it seem like you're being healthy by choosing something like naked juice instead of a Pepsi. And in reality, you're really not doing any better for yourself. And you are causing a lot of congestion and clogging up of your liver. And you're gonna deposit a bunch more fat in your body because you need to be able to process and metabolize, and now you've jacked up your system. So you don't need any of that junk. Stay away from it. It will take a little getting used to. If you're like anybody else on the face of the earth, you might get a little tired of water every day, all the time. And so you can come up with other solutions, although water is still my favorite. But of course, you can flavor up your water any which way that you think would be to your taste. I love mint in my water. We keep a pot out in the yard that grows mint, so I throw that in our water. You can obviously do lemon or lime or grapefruit or orange and just infuse that into your water. It's so easy. It does give it a different flavor, and sometimes that's all you need. The other thing that I like to do is drink tea, either hot or cold. We do all different kinds of teas in our house. I have a slew of them. I only pulled out a few here. I absolutely love the flavor of ginger, and so I will do ginger tea. This one is a 3 ginger. It has turmeric also in there. I love mint tea. It's so refreshing. We don't need to put anything in it. This one has peppermint, spearmint, and field mint. And then this one has caffeine. If I choose to do that, it's matcha green tea, and that's really good for metabolism and your health too. So hot or cold, you know, make it a sun tea. That gives you a different flavor, a different taste in your mouth. I also do still drink coffee. I don't put things in it. Sometimes I put a little stevia, but you don't need to add a bunch of stuff, or at least try to get to the point where you're only adding something like almond milk or a little bit of coconut milk or something of that nature. I can do a whole nother video on why you shouldn't be using Coffee Mate. That is bad, bad, bad news. So the other thing that you are either a fan or a major hater of is LaCroix. I pulled out a couple of cans of LaCroix from our fridge. This one is apricot. This one is peach pear. My kids love this. I love it. I don't do well with a lot of carbonation, and so sometimes if I want a different flavor in my mouth or I want the taste of carbonation, I'll share one of these with one of the kids. I have to say, when we went through the sugar detox as a family a few years ago, I was coaching a group of people through my sugar detox, and my family actually chose to get on board with me. I didn't force anybody. I don't actually make anybody do what they don't want to do, but they all were interested in trying it. And so with that sugar detox, probably about 3 to 4 days into no sugar of any kind, no added sugar, the kids had tried this type of thing before the sugar detox. About 3 to 4 days in, they were telling me, what did you add to that stuff? Because it tastes so sweet now. And I'm like, there's nothing different. You see, I opened it, there's nothing added to it. And they were shocked at how their taste buds came alive. So I do hear from a lot of people that it does not taste good to them. It tastes very bland, but it's because you have either inundated your taste buds with fake sugar or real sugar. Both of those things will alter your taste buds. The good news is your taste buds wake up when you get away from that stuff. But fake sugars are as bad or worse than regular sugars in how they affect that, and they increase your appetite. So if you can get away from all the fake sugars, sucralose, and which is Splenda, aspartame, which is equal. Of course, the pink packets, we've stayed away from those for years, although I still see them out, the sweet and low. All of those things. The only one that I really say at this point in time, as far as all the research that they've done, is that stevia is okay because it's from a plant and it's not a chemical. However, I still think people should use that kind of thing in moderation. And I think that it still isn't natural to take in huge amounts of a powdered anything, you know? So I think it's probably better just to use it in moderation, small amounts. Another thing that I like to do if I want a flavor of something is I will get like my plain sparkling water, and I will just put a little splash of a non-sugar added cranberry or whatever. Very small amount. It's probably this much in the glass compared to this. And that gives my taste buds a different flavor also. I would love to hear from you. What do you do to substitute for all the junky drinks that are out there? Because I'm not a big fan of just saying, stop doing everything. I think it's better to say, how can I include new things or better things and refocus and add in something wonderful versus just trying to white knuckle it and stop doing these other things. So I think if you can kind of pour in more of the positive, you won't have room for all that junk. So I would love to hear from you. If you could give me a little feedback, and I can share that with my patients and clients as well. So I hope that you are living your life on fire. See you soon.